Namaste and welcome to our analysis of Financial Budget 2023 of India. The budget is not only important for the Indian citizens but also citizens living abroad in other nations and countries because India is the fifth largest economy of the world, today affecting billions of people and controlling big economy sectors that affect many countries, depending on India for many trades like agriculture. Today we are going to talk about the Indian budget 2023, one of the most crucial aspects of a country. When the budget comes out, it's the most hottest topic for the Indian news agencies to cover it. But they always put a heated discussion and debate. And hello, welcome. So today this budget is presented by the Indian government. Is it worth for the Indian citizens? Does this provide all what they need? We will discuss this and we'll go through all the highlighted particles and subjects. This year marks a significant shift towards the government's focus on bringing the gap between India and Bharat, taking the country closer to its indigenous roots of millions of people. And in this segment, we will take a closer look at the key announcements on the Indian economy and its citizens. Starting with the block program, the aspirational blocks program aims to cover 500 blocks of saturation of essential government services. The government plans to spend around rupees 15,000 crores. Please hear me again, 15,000 crore rupees over the next 3 years under the Development Action Plan for Scheduled Tribes to provide vulnerable tribal families with the basic facilities such as safe housing, clean drinking water, improved access to education and health, road and telecommunication connectivity, and sustainable livelihood opportunities. You heard me right, this is rupees 15,000 crores just for the scheduled tribes to provide them the best facilities of the country that they can use for their livelihoods. This is remarkable. Eklavya Model Residential Schools. Eklavya Model for the residential schools is the government scheme for schools, and let's see what's in it. The government has also introduced the Eklavya Residential Schools scheme, which will recruit 38,800. Please hear me again, 38,800 teachers to be precise, and to support staff over the next 3 years to serve 3.5 lakh tribal students. Crucial step towards empowering the country's marginalized communities. Now let's talk about the sickle anemia. The budget also addresses the critical health situation of sickle cell anemia, which affects the tribal areas. The government plans to create awareness about the disease and training 7 crore people between the ages of 0 to 40. Gonna make some big changes. The tribal areas that focuses on the tribals, and the tribal area is crucial in addressing the internal threat to the India's sovereignty. Historically, tribal areas have been captured by ultra-left Maoist groups, and there have been issues of conversations. By empowering these communities, the government is taking a step towards safeguarding the country's unity and sovereignty. This is a huge problem that has to be addressed, and even if Bhagwa is trying to make one segment on it, it cannot cover every problem just for one thing, the ultra-left Maoist groups. It's the most problematic internal affairs of the Indian states. States like Chhattisgarh, Odisha, West Bengal are being most affected, and this is gonna affect the whole country on a large scale in the future, because these left-wing Maoist groups are recruiting not in hundreds, not in thousands, but in lakhs of people. Mass recruitments are gonna get recruited for these left-wing Maoist groups, and what they do, they make people feel that this country has done nothing for you, and then they turn them into the Maoist groups which revolt against the not only the government but kill thousands of army personnel. That's affecting many lakhs of the farmers, even crores of the population in India. And in the future, it's gonna be really big problem that has to be addressed, and surely we are gonna give a big segment on this place in this budget. The budget also pushes for the use of millets and transition towards less chemical-laden natural farming processes. The government plans to move 10 million farmers to natural farming in the next 3 years and launch the PM program for restoration, awareness, nourishment, and emulsion of Mother Earth, PM Pranam, to promote alternative fertilizers and balanced use of chemical fertilizers. The fertilizers are being used in huge quantities that are affecting not only the country's population, but the exportation of these goods are also affecting lakhs and crores of people that are harming them, and in the long run they are going to have some big health issues, and this needs to be solved. The fisher folk For fisher folks and related areas, the government has launched the PM Matsya Sampada Yojana worth rupees 6,000 crores to improve value chain efficiency and boost research and innovation in millets. This is also a really good plan. The railways, one of the most historically, or we can say past, hot topics, because the rumors were going around that the railways are going to get privatized, but now people are giving fabulous feedbacks for the Indian railways, and Indian railways has really improved the services and they are top notch. Investments in the railways have increased ninefold since 2013 to 2014, expanding the most affordable mode of transport in the country and reducing the gap between the hinterland and metropolitan cities. This is huge regionally. Talking about the languages, the regional languages, to push towards the organizations like National Book Trust and the Children's Book Trust to provide non-curricular books in the regional languages in the further efforts towards cosmopolitanizing the advantages of India's growth. Yes, India's most of the population speak regional language, and we should never judge them for their language. And to promote their regional languages and bring their regional languages to a world level stage, the government is doing a lot more than they should, and that's appreciable, really. One of the biggest problems for people who are working in the government, in the MCDs, and in the organizations that look the local areas around septic tanks. In my opinion, most significant effort is the provision of for 100% mechanical dislodging of septic tanks. This seeks to eliminate the national embarrassment of manual cleaning and prioritize the humanitarian concerns, because lakhs of septic tank cleaners clean septic tanks with their hands, and it's really hopeless situation for them. And solving this in India, in Bharat, will be one of the biggest achievements. Continued investment in critical areas will pave the way for a more equitable and sustainable future for all. And I really appreciate you all watching this segment, and thank you for watching this special report prepared by us. We hope you found it informative and insightful, and we will surely meet in the next segment with some really important real life issues and positives, spreading more information to empower not only our country but this world. This is Bhagwa. Namaste.